Welcome to the video building comparison. Today we'll be looking at the Seagrams building and the Ford Foundation building, both mid-20th century modernist office towers in New York City. We will discuss them in terms of the modernist ideals: express structure, transparency, truth to materials, public space, and symmetry. Consider the Seagrams building. Mies van der Rohe started with an empty site on Park Avenue, placed a lobby with very thick columns on the ground floor. Above that, he placed 36 stories of identical office space and capped it off with a crown of all the HVAC equipment. In order to get this extreme height, he had to install a public plaza on the ground floor, the first of its kind on Park Avenue, an extreme juxtaposition with the buildings surrounding it. Consider the floor plan. What you notice most is at the front of the plaza is the two fountains. They provide symmetry to the site, invite guests and visitors in to view the building. Consider next the structure. A rigid column grid which extends out beyond the lobby on the ground floor and allows the floor above to occupy a larger floor area. The facade. Mies van der Rohe took the structure of the columns, ran it up the facade, took the structure of the beams, and ran it across the facade. This gave him a wonderfully gridded facade and very well expressed the structure. Here we see another view of the columns just in front of the lobby entrance. Here is a view of the facade as it runs up to infinity. Mies placed non-structural steel columns running up the facade. Here is a detail of it. We see the structure of the building, the steel columns, which were encased in concrete for fireproofing. Here. Attached to that concrete would be the curtain wall. Since it was full of glass, it was extremely transparent, something the modernists sought after. And attached to the mullions are these non-structural steel columns, which gives the Seagrams building its distinctive look. The facade also has a very nice symmetrical look to it. And the Ford Foundation building. Roche-Dinkeloo, instead of running continuous floor plates on every level of the building, decided to have them C-shaped around a central atrium. This atrium is 12 stories tall and is filled with lush greenery. The C-shaped floor plates allowed light to get to all the offices, and they are attached to the primary structure, the exterior columns here, and the secondary structure, the interior columns here. All this surrounding and enveloping the interior atrium, which is 12 stories tall. Considering it in plan and three-dimensional view, we have the atrium area and the structure, which is the columns, also seen here in plan. Attached to the columns are the beams that run through the exterior wall of the building and express the structure beautifully when looking at the building from outside. Here we see a view of the exterior of the building and the curtain wall, wonderfully detailed, beautifully done, very simple, clean lines. The glass also adds to the transparency of the building, and we see that the structure is clearly defined. The skylight above the atrium allows light into the atrium and to penetrate all the offices. Consider public space. Mies van der Rohe desired his plaza to be a viewing platform to see his grand gesture towards modernism, the Seagrams building, whereas Roche and Dinkeloo chose to have their public space, the atrium, an internal gathering space, a space that mimics the adjacent park and allows people to gather in the atrium, enjoy a lush green forest in the middle of New York City, and get to know each other well. Thank you for watching.